Oh, happy day. Oh, what a happy day. What a happy day. Thoughts. Before bedtime, what is the best and most effective way to use your bandwidth, to use your thoughts, to use what you think about before bedtime? It's very important that before bedtime, you think about all the positive things that happened on that day, as well as those areas of opportunities as well. What could you have done differently? What did you do well? It's great to write those things down, reflect on them, and just close your eyes and meditate on the things that occurred on that day. I would encourage you to think mostly about what happened that enhance your day. What can you think about that you can pat yourself on the back and say, you know what, you did such a great job at doing this, at this project, at parking in this parking spot instead of an illegal spot. You opened the door for someone. Whatever you did that was a plus, put it down on paper or just think about it in your head. Close your eyes and meditate on everything that went well on that day. Think about all the positive things. And the reason for that is the more that you think about the positive, what went well, and you are kind of building your gratitude journal, that will help you to be in a mindset of gratitude versus, thinking about the things that you messed up on. And thinking about, oh, I should have done this and I should have done that. Yeah, we know what you could have worked on, and it's okay to think about and write those things down. But we want to focus on the positive so that you're programming your mind for the new year. It's a new year. We're reprogramming our mind so that we can think mostly about the good, not the bad. So that we can think mostly about how we can maximize our time in a positive way. And the positive way would be to think about how can we be our best cheerleader? How can we encourage ourselves the most? How can we stand in a gap for our own selves? How can we be our own best friend? How can we be our biggest fan, biggest cheerleader? And that is what we want to train ourselves to do, is that we're not looking on the external, the outside, for that person to show up for us. We're going to train ourselves to show up for ourselves. And so it all starts with mindset. It all starts with our thoughts. What we think about the most is what's going to happen, is what's going to continue to germinate. It's going to continue to breathe. It's going to continue to come towards us full force. There's a saying that goes, what you allow in your environment, what you continue to think about, that is what's going to multiply. It's going to continue to multiply and multiply and multiply. So we want to be intentional this year about our energy, about what we attract, about our inner child. We all have an inner child. So when you think about a little girl or a little boy, if any of you have children and you have a child, when that child makes a mistake, we don't, hit them upside, we don't abuse them. That's not what we do immediately. We want to hold the child and encourage the child and let them know, oh my God, it's okay. It's okay to make mistakes. Let them know they will make mistakes. It's okay. And we also want to build them up. Build them up so that they can grow up into strong human beings, strong men and strong women. And of course, that's not all parents. Some parents are different because, like I said in my previous video, you can only give what you have. So you have to fill your cup up before you can fill someone else's cup. I'm going to pause on that point. You can only fill someone else's cup up or even pour into them if your cup is full. If your cup is not full, then it's going to be hard for you to pour into other people and not be drained and not be burnt out and not be, ineffective. we want to make sure that in this year, again, you are intentional. You're intentionally using your time. You're not wasting time. And like I said before, okay, it's easy for you. People always have emergencies, and it's easy for you to drop what you're doing and help the world. But guess what? That's not your job. You're not God. You're not Superman or Superwoman. And so, there's a saying that goes, some water, some plant, some water, and God gives the increase. So as a community, we all have a part to play in helping each other out. If you don't help a person out, if you see someone at the door at the supermarket and they ask for change and you don't have change, I'm so sorry, I don't have change, but God bless you or whatever, someone will come behind you and they will bless that person. So I don't feel like it is a death sentence for us. When we're unable to give, it's okay to say no, no. And that's another video. The word no, the being able to say no, and being able to say no assertively without feeling like you're disappointed or that you failed or that something is wrong with you. No, because it is not your job to try to fix the world or to try to help everybody to recover or to try to meet everybody's emergency and to try to be superwoman and superman. And that always happens to me. And I have learned to say no. What I'm able to do to help you and what I'm not able to do to help you. So here is what I can do. I cannot help you here, but I can help you here. Does that work for you? And if I can't help them at all, I'll say, no, I'm sorry, I'm unable to help, but God bless you, or whatever the case might be, right? So with being intentional, right, you have to be intentional about making sure that you are able to meet your needs daily. And that requires you taking an inventory of what your needs are daily. You can do that the night before. Write down exactly what you would like to complete and accomplish the day after. It's usually a great practice to do that the night before. So as you are thinking and meditating about the good things that happen in that day, like I said, yes, you can write down the areas of opportunity where you fell short, but also make sure that you magnify, like the magnifying glass, make sure you put greater emphasis on what you did well. That's really what you want to meditate on, because that's what's going to help you to do a better job in the future. You're going to meditate on those things because your brain cells and your thinking is going to come into alignment with what the universe is going to come in alignment with what you're thinking. And then, like I said, what you think about the most, that is what's going to happen in the future. Okay. And likewise, what you think about yourself the most, that is what you're also going to attract from others. They're going to treat you the way you treat yourself. So that goes back to you being able to eat right, being able to talk to yourself correctly, think about yourself correctly, knowing what parameters, having boundaries. So again, being able to say no. And in being able to say no assertively, you are teaching others that they can't walk all over you. You have boundaries, you have a life, you have time management, you have things to do. And so it is okay to let someone know, a boss or a partner or a friend or a family member or whoever that wants to do, to ask a favor of your time. You can say, is it okay if I get back with you? I'll have to check my calendar. Don't feel pressure that you have to answer everybody right away. Everyone that wants a favor, everyone that wants your time, everyone that wants has an emergency, you can say, can I get back to you? Let me check my calendar and I will get back to you. Can you give me a day or so? Can you give me an hour or so? Can you give me some time? And I will circle back with you when I have a moment, and then we can discuss this later, or something to that matter. If they say, oh, well, I need an answer right away, I'm sorry, I'm not able to do that. The answer is no. Okay? So never feel pressured to give someone an answer right away. You have to know your boundaries. And a lot of times people may do that to see if they can walk all over you. to see if they can get what they need from you urgently, because maybe they tried other people and maybe other people said no, or whatever the case might be. What is my point? My point is that in reflecting about your day, it is a great practice to, like I said, number one, write down what it is you did great at that day. You can also look at your areas of opportunities, but be sure to magnify those areas that you did great, that you did well at that day. You also want to write down what are your goals for the next day. I don't care if it's 1 or 2 or 3 or 5 or 10 or 15 or 20. What are your goals for the following day? And what you're going to do is when you get up in the morning, okay, the first thing you're going to do, whatever your practice is, meditate, pray, yoga, whatever it is, right? I exercise or whatever. Well, actually, before you go out, the whole point is when you're in your home, when you're still at rest, before you jump in the shower or whatever, you want to be sure to meditate on those goals that you have for yourself on that day. If, right, because some of us have kids, if you're not able to do that and you have to get up, get the kids ready, blah, 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 I would just, request that you find a minute or two or even 5 minutes to just run down, just look at your list. And that way you're still meditating. Okay. But try not to leave the house or try not to start the day. When your day gets going, you forget. And so it's a great practice to just start off the day. You don't even have to carve out 30 minutes. Take a few minutes, even if it's 5 or 10 minutes, to just read over your goals. Like I said, it could just be one goal. If it's one goal, read it and then close your eyes and think about that goal and make sure it's and get it in you. Also, you want to also think about what you're going to do better that day that you did not do well yesterday. And of course, you want to magnify how you're going to do better that day. You're going to magnify the good versus the bad. Okay. Yes. You did there are some things you didn't do right this week or last week or the week before or last month or whatever the case is. These are things you want to think about. Yes. Okay. So this is what I'm going to do this time to ensure that I don't have a repeat of what happened then. We're just trying to we are trying to reprogram our minds so we are able to make room for the wealth, for the rich relationships, for the great opportunities, the promotion, the jobs, new job, for the new car, new home, new relationship, prosperity in your home, for your kids, for your husband, wife, for your partner, for yourself, and for everybody, for your family, mom, dad, whoever. This is going to help you to kind of reset. It's a reset so that you can reset your body. You can reset your environment. You're resetting your energy. You're resetting your diet. That's something else you can write about, how you can improve your diet, implementing exercise. These are things that you can definitely, add to your journaling. You can journal in a notebook, on a notepad. You can journal, get some index cards, whatever you prefer, whatever makes you feel better. Okay, whatever makes you feel better. And so as I wrap up this video, these are just some tidbits for you to take away as far as you getting your mind right for this new year. And so again, we want to make sure we review our day, think about what our areas of opportunities are, but we want to magnify what you did great at. And you also want to write down some goals for the following day. The following morning, you want to read over your goals. And you want to also read over, your areas of opportunities and your what you did great the previous day, magnifying the good, the positive versus the bad, the good versus what you did not do good at. And that way you will see progress, you will see enrichment, you will see more productivity in your life, and you would be more energized to welcome the great in your life. Have a good one. Until next time, be sure to subscribe and comment below. Let me know what you think about this video and what you'd like to see me and hear me talk about in the future regarding life skills. With that being said, as always, thank you for being my biggest fans. Have a good one. Until next time, be blessed. Bye.